This is Carissa Does with On the Scene.
Yeah, I'm Pretty Leon. We're on the scene live at
The Fixin 2 with PDX Pop Now. They just had a fundraising show here in St. John's, Portland, Oregon. I'm here with our special guest from PDX Pop Now,
Brian Nern.
Brian, and everybody who works for PDX Pop Now are all volunteers, right?
Wow. Absolutely. Yep.
That's
Every one of us.
Yeah. And so what is PDX Pop Now?
So PDX Pop Now is a nonprofit organization that we put on a all ages free festival every year, and we also put out a compilation of local Portland bands every year, and we also have a radio show on Portland Radio Project every Monday at 7.
I didn't know that last part. That's cool. And it's all free. The festival's free. All of their shows are free unless it's a fundraising show. So,
yeah, the festival is absolutely free and all ages. That's our thing. We want people to come out and experience new music that maybe they don't see. So it's all genres, and we just really want people to come out and have a good time and experience new music. And
Portland needs that for sure. Like, it's a really big music city, and I've personally been going to PDX Pop Now since I was probably like 11 or 12. And if I remember correctly, was it like Under the Bridge for a while? Was it Under the Bridge. Yeah, I remember that. Let me scoot over a little bit. So yeah, I was Under the Bridge. I remember it just being such a like a momentous occasion every time I go, and it's just they always had an eclectic cast of artists, and just it was so much fun, and it was free. And the big thing is that it was all ages, because in Portland it's a very like heavy bar city, so all ages shows are few and far between. So it's like, let's get these kids out here, let's let them have a good time. How long have you been involved with PDX Pop Now?
2016 was the first festival that I attended, and then the next year I started helping out at the actual festivals, and then 2020, I think it was, I became the comp coordinator. And so and now I'm the artistic director.
So what is the duties of both of those jobs entail then?
Well, the first couple years when I was just doing the festival, I was helping out in the green room. Making sure artists had something to eat and drink, loading and unloading, and then comp coordinator, I take the submissions from local musicians.
Comp coordinator.
And
Compilation coordinator.
Sorry. And so the compilation quarter, we bring in all the submissions, and then we go through with the listening committee, and the listening committee will rate all the music, and then we will take all of that feedback and go through and come together with CDs that have roughly 40 songs, 40 different bands, all genres.
Everyone that's playing the festival too?
No, not necessarily. We try to get a wide variety of everything, and some of the bands that play the festival, they're not necessarily on the comp, and vice versa. So, we try to spread the love as much as we can.
You just have CDs that you put out and also playlists. So it's CDs, not like records or tapes or anything like that.
No records or tapes, but it's been suggested many times, but with 40 songs, it would be a lot of vinyl, right? Yeah. So, but it's available digital. It's on Spotify and Bandcamp and Apple Music, and all of your streaming services have it also.
Cool. So for the CDs, do you sell those? I might have missed that when I was back here, but do you sell the CDs that goes toward the organization and the artist, or how does that work?
Yeah. So the CDs we sell in most of the local music stores in the area. All the record stores and stuff, they sell them, and we also sell them on Bandcamp, and then at shows and the festival, and then all of that money goes back towards doing the compilation again and the festival, and so
so do the venues charge you to have the festival there, like have bands come in and like it's all free for you?
No. The Portland community has been very welcoming and helped us out a lot, and I think they know the greater good that we're trying to do and spread music, the love of Portland music around to as many people as we can.
For sure. Portland's music scene, like I've said in the past, it's kind of hard to like pinpoint what the sound is. And especially after the pandemic, like the lockdown and everything, I think Portland's music scene has kind of been, I don't know if I would say struggling, but I think figuring it out. So yeah, definitely Portland needs more festivals and just more people involved in the music scene. So can you tell us about the festival, like when it is and a little bit about it?
Yeah. The 2024 festival is going to be September 6th through 8th in downtown Portland.
Oh, in downtown?
We're moving to downtown this year. Downtown needs help. And there's a lot of good things about where we're going, which is Midtown Beer Garden. They've got tons of great food there, and it is like there's a ton of transportation, public transportation that goes through there. So we think it's very accessible, and I think it's going to be great.
Yeah, more commerce in the downtown is always great. So one of the biggest things, like, when I was growing up and going to PDX Pop Now and other festivals, was the environment surrounding, and it's like I loved, how Music Fest Northwest and those other places would do different venues, but when it's like a singular spot where everyone's converging on, and it just makes it feel so much bigger. Like, they had those Pioneer Square shows and stuff, and like downtown was booming for like all the summer and stuff. So I think that's a really good idea to have it in one spot. I don't think I've actually been down to the Midtown Beer Garden. Is that what word? Okay, I don't think I've ever been. So all performances are going to be over there then?
Saturday and Sunday will definitely be there, and we haven't said where Friday is going to be yet.
Oh, is that a secret? Is that you're gonna drop?
A little bit of a secret, maybe. So yeah, stay tuned.
Wait for the drop.
We'll let you know, right?
Wait for the drop.
How can people follow and stay up to date on all the things that PDX Pop is doing?
So we have a website, which is pdxpopnow.com, but we're also on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter. I think Instagram is maybe the best place.
Go give them a follow. Go check out their website and get involved and support the local Portland music scene whenever you can. Thank you. This has been On the Scene. I'm Carissa Dez.
I'm Pretty Leon.
And our special guest,
Brian Nern.
From PDX Pop Now. I am here with my special guest,
Papi Fimbres.
I'm not going to, can I just call you Papi?
Yep.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
And we are here for a PDX Pop Now fundraising event. And you're in a couple of bands, right?
That's right.
E and J, and then...
Oh, yeah, which is pronounced eng, which means tight in German.
Oh, that's tight. And what was the name of your other band that you're in?
Well, I'm actually in a ton of other bands, like Savila, Drekig, Orquestra Pacifico Tropical, Friskies, just so many more, Sun Angle, a ton more bands.
Very cool. And what type of bands are they? Are they all different?
Very different. They all vary. I think there's a common theme in most of them, which would be like Latin psych jazz, I guess, would be the common theme.
Nice. Yeah. How long have you been a part of the Portland music scene?
Since I moved here in 1999, I've been in bands. It's been awesome. It's been crazy. It's weird and cool seeing how Portland has progressed and changed and, just evolved over time.
That was my next question, actually, is how have you seen it evolve? Like, what are the changes that you've seen in Portland or just in the music scene in general?
When I first moved to Portland in '99, it was really like folk-centric, and it was really white based, and then that really made me miss my Latin culture. I was born and raised Mexican American, so I really I kind of felt like I wanted to bring a different element to what Portland was, and for me, and I really missed my culture. So over time, I kind of like introduced like cumbia and Latin rhythms and stuff, and I was like adding that with like psychedelic sounds, like my old band Mascaras. We would do different stuff like that. So, but now I've noticed in Portland, it's really diverse, and I feel, this is my theory, I feel that the diversity is really prominent now because fools can't afford LA and the Bay and New York anymore. and they're like, Portland is still cheap.
Not for me, but yeah.
Yeah, it's
Compared to other places.
compared to LA,
For a big city.
like compared to LA and the Bay, like San Francisco is ridiculous. Like fools are still out in Oakland, and that's awesome. But New York, I mean, it's crazy. It's like a rat race. You gotta like,
Work nonstop.
yeah, you gotta have like 3 jobs and then like a rental, like a practice space is like $400-500. So it's crazy. Here in Portland, you can still rehearse in your basement. You still have the element of just like a community still. People still live in homes and people are so punk. So it's cool in that regard.
Yeah, Portland does still have a little bit of a punk feel to it, but even like since I first moved here in 2016, I actually we're in St. John's, a town, I guess, in Portland, and this is where I first moved.
I
Like,
would say St. John is a neighborhood of Portland.
Okay.
It's
Yeah,
a neighborhood in Portland.
it feels like a different town.
It's a really far neighborhood.
Yeah, and this is where I lived in St. John's when I first moved here, and I have felt that things have kind of been gentrified a little bit since then, but I think St. John's just kind of kept that like kind of punk vibe or like old Portland vibe a little bit.
Yeah, I agree. And I think one of the reasons why St. John's is still punk is because it's really far from everything. Like from like deep southeast, or if you're like in northeast, there's so many different regions in Portland, and St. John's is kind of like the final frontier, kind of vibe.
Yeah, definitely. So, on a different note, how long have you known about PDX Pop Now, and like how did you get involved with working with them?
I love PDX Pop, by the way. PDX Pop is tight. I've known about PDX Pop for a long time. A lot of my bands kind of like cut our teeth with that venue or with that fest, and I've always loved that it's been all ages and free. It's really, really communal, really beautiful. It's really important that a festival like that exists in Portland, Oregon. I think it's really necessary in a way. And so I've been going to PDX Pop shows, I think, since its inception, which I think was 2001, 2002. Is that what is the year? 4.
2004.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. I think one of my bands played the first one. I don't remember.
Oh, very cool. How have you seen PDX?
I'm old.
Nah, you're not. You're only as old as you think you are, I guess. I feel like I'm a 12-year-old boy sometimes, so I'm gonna edit that part out.
No.
But so how have you seen PDX Pop Now evolve?
I think what's cool about PDX Pop is that they really like to showcase up-and-coming bands. And I think that's really awesome and really cool. And I've always acknowledged that it's really diverse. They have hip-hop acts. They have noise acts. They have blast beats acts. They have folk acts. They have electronic acts, Latin acts, So it's really like a really wide spectrum what PDX Pop does. And I think it's really cool. It's super awesome and really really inclusive, and that's something that's really needed in Portland.
Definitely. I feel like, it keeps Portland to have festivals like and organizations like PDX Pop Now. But I think it's important to have free events that are inclusive of all different genres and different types of people as well.
Yeah.
That's what Portland is to me. So.
Yeah. And another thing that I really love about the Portland music community is not only is diverse, but it's like there's a lot of focus on like female identifying artists, on artists of color, on, and like one thing that I've done for the past few years with my shows is that I try to make it really inclusive. Just all the bands have a different form of identity of people, especially brown and black people. We got to put those homies to the front, Yeah. It's really
Agreed.
It's really important. So.
Sure. And how do you feel? Have you seen a lot of changes in the scene in regard to like representation for black and brown people?
I've seen it slowly progress in that way, for sure. I still feel that it's I want to say a battle, but it's an ongoing thing that we have to overcome, And I feel that there a lot of these artists are finally being acknowledged, and they're finally being put to the forefront and being included into a lot of these really cool shows and festivals like PDX Pop Now.
Yep. Well, thank you so much for talking with me. Do you have anything else? Do you have any projects that are coming up that you would like to talk about, or anything new with you?
Yeah, sure. My band Orquestra Pacifico Tropical, we're finally releasing our 3rd album coming out soon. and that's really awesome. My other band, Drekig, has another album coming out soon. My other band, Savila, has another awesome album coming out soon. So I got a lot of albums coming up, so just keep a lookout for that.
You're busy. Stay busy creating. I love that.
Yes, what's up?